We have Megalith Mitsurugi, we have more Sky Striker action, and more Doomz. Make sure you guys smash the little crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more Oz content. This is actually really cool. We actually get to see Mitsurugi Megalith coming to town. And I mean, like, talk about just being able to ritual off the ritual spins here. Being able just to, you know, oops, I can go ahead and tribute through more things. This, I feel like, just becomes a war of attrition. Like, Notre here will be able to burn through the opponent. This card is very good. But also, you know, you're using the Murakumo and friends here to also burn through things. And even more powerfully, our deck is able to go second because we got Dark Rollers and Droplets built into this thing. Somehow, this deck was able just to destroy so much of its competition. And I think it's because people don't understand, like, multiple package decks like this that are able to include all of these different engine pieces to be able to achieve some crazy results are actually, I mean, I get it, a little bit surprising to the normal meta duelist, but you really do need to factor this. I mean, this ended up top 8ing its event, which is already exceedingly crazy enough to think about. And also one of the helping cards down here ends up being, you know, Ashlon U1000. We've talked about Ashlon getting the ability to bridge from one ritual package into the next is just going to make this deck even more insane. And obviously, you know, you have a lot of good anti-meta presence cards, board breaking. I mean, honestly, I think the board breaking capabilities that this deck had were probably some of the absolute craziest that you can have. So there you go, everybody. You can play Megalith Mitsurugi into today's format. You're going to have to play some very big brained Yu-Gi-Oh in order to, you know, make this work, but I think that this deck worked out amazingly. Next up here, we have Sky Striker Radiant Typhoon. And I gotta say, I am enjoying watching this deck actually work. I wasn't initially a huge fan of the inclusion package in this, but at this stage it's come down to, well, you're already playing the Radiant Typhoon Visions in the deck, right? Because you need these to be able to, you know, turn into draw power for you to filter through the deck, which was already something you were doing. So you may as well just go ahead and build in the Chant, the Swen, and the Eldam into the deck, and you're upping your consistency just to be able to get things up. The reason why you choose to play this package is because it gets you access into Camellia. Camellia, I mean, it's the same thing that Yummy was doing, right? You know, one single Hornet drones unlock Camellia, which, you know, just bridged you into, you know, all sorts of little crazy, you know, things you can do. I also see we are playing the Radiant Typhoon Virun in here. I've not seen any of these other Radiant Typhoon Sky Striker lists choosing to play this. I feel like this is just something that this duelist chose to play as a attack option. Also, we are playing 41 cards. We're only choosing to play one Pot of Desires in this list, which I can get behind. I cannot tell you how many times I've been screwed over by Pot of Desires as a card to the point that I really just want to cut this card. Like, it just feels so gosh darn bad in too many scenarios where you're actually seeing this card just, you know, ruin your day. But outside of that, I think this list has good text to break the meta here. You're main decking the Droplets. You have the Crown if you need it. I'm not exactly going to say that I think Crown's going to be a particularly broken tech trend here, but I think you've got a decent amount of, you know, sway through here with your options to be able to cover your ground. Next up here, we have more Doomz. I gotta tell you guys, Doomz has just woken up as a metagame contender. Like, you know, we got the cards for this. We saw that Japan was working out very nicely with this deck. And as just time kind of came into the TCG here, nobody was talking about this. You slam into like 1 to 2 guides being posted publicly, and all of a sudden, you know, Doomz just has a massive awakening into the format, actually just destroying so many people. It's actually actually revolutionary to me, thinking about just the overall power that you're getting with a deck like this. Now, this build is choosing to main deck 1 crown. A lot of these lists, the reason why you're seeing the 1 crown be present is because if you can lock down a Cool Toon monster on the field and force that Cool Toon monster to not be used as a pivot point for any of their play lines, well, then they're just SOL. That's actually ingenious to think about. Obviously, you know, it might not be suitable for everybody. Not everybody wants to drop $80 to $90 a copy of Crown at this stage, but that's what you're looking at. This is why players are choosing to look at this tack card as such a massive blowout option. Obviously, you know, we see Ghost Spells in the format here as tech choices to, you know, be able to kind of help you out. I do know that there was some discussion about wanting to play Ogre over Bell in certain matchups. I'm not going to say that I think that is an incorrect call, but I think you've got to take your matchups and you got to take certain things into consideration when you are looking at that. You're also playing triple Doomz Raiders now. You got the triple Doomz change. You have so many good options available to you here to patch up your matchups that you're doing absolutely wonderfully. Also, we do get to see the evenly matches down here actually tearing through a lot of the meta. Next up here, we have Elf Note with Albaz. So this has become the new incarnation to the Elf Note strategy. Elf Note, I really hate to say this, but, you know, we were really clutching onto the Fiendsmith build. The Fiendsmith build looked like it was the only real way to play this deck in the TCG. And somebody went, oh, what if we just take the already broken Albaz package and just build, you know, Fallen of Albaz into it so you can super poly up a field if you need to. But also, you know, you have Incredible Ecclesia, which is one of the single best tuner monsters you can have access to in the entire game. So not only now are you being able to fall in a white into the Ecclesia, which now gets you access into this, or, you know, particularly, you know, any other particular, you know, bounce, interruption, you know, tool offset that you need to be able to do things, but also, you know, we can now fall in Albaz during the opponent's turn, use Wallbaz as a, you know, board breaker, and suddenly, you know, well, things are getting a little bit crazier. You're also going with the triple Terminus to get into Vidolium into Ginaldo here, and then you're basically being able to use this as an absolute board breaker monster. We also do get to see we are playing 2 Fenrir. It's been a long while since we have seen Fenrir being discussed as a tech choice anywhere, and honestly, I'm very happy to see that, you know, the guy's back. You know, he's getting a chance to actually showcase and do what he's supposed to do. He's some of the best mid-range control that the game actually allows for at this stage. We also do get to see, oh, we have cross out in here. I mean, being able to cross out, cut off a Fua so that you can continue on with your game plan is absolutely wonderful. I also do see we have Warning and Judgment here. Having the Counter Trap Brigade have access into your deck, absolutely wonderful. We also do get to see additional hand traps in here for coverage that you would kind of expect. Also the triple Imperm also kind of help you out. But okay, I like this. Elf Note actually getting a chance to kind of shine here is good. And then we have some pure Sky Strikers. This is actually kind of nice to see because, you know, every one of these other Sky Striker lists I've looked at recently has just been, well, you need the Radiant Typhoon cards in order to make it work. No, you don't. This list gets a little bit freaky, though, because you got Ash Blossom, Ghost Bell, and the Droll as one-ofs in the main deck so that you can actually facilitate playing the Crossout. Honestly, Crossout access is not terrible. You're also playing a Dominus Impulse in here to cross out as well, but also, you know, if you fire the Impulse, you're not really going to get punished by this because, you know, you're probably going to get punished by this. You just got to be careful with what elements that you're going to be rotating through for this to be able to do its job. I also do see that we are playing triple Forbidden Crown in the main deck here too. Triple Crown, triple Droplet is a little bit insane. It's a lot of resources, but, you know, if it's going to save you and make sure that you don't lose the game, I think that that's actually a pretty good scenario. Side deck down here, you have 2 different Dimension Grind, you have 2 Strike, 2 Solemn Accusation. You have coverage 4 days going into certain matchups. And even like a singular thrust can turn some of these powerhouse cards down here into some incredibly powerful options for you. So this Sky Striker list is very, very heavy on, you know, making sure that you don't lose the game. Obviously, the Droplet, the Crown are both very nice. I like that. I like that you got great coverage within those tools. But welcome to some of your futurized meta here, folks. So what do you guys think about everything? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.